Hi guys, I've just had Mike in today from London and he was experiencing a very common issue, and it was all down to how to load and unload. He was missing his three, and if you've been following the tutorials and the lesson videos, you'll know all about the 1, 2, 3, 4, the phases of motion for loading and unloading. And he was missing his three. He was literally loading into the ground and firing his sequence so early, so his upper body mechanics were actually countering his lower body mechanics. He was actually in a loading phase with his lower body, but his upper body was firing the chain. So this is something that I really want to focus on, is because it was a very simple exercise that suddenly unlocked the feeling for him. And after working on the body movements and doing some profiling, it was this exercise that made all the difference. And it's walking. It's walking and recognising the loading and unloading in terms of a golf swing, but using walking mechanics to do it. So what I'd like to do, I'd like to take a club, if possible, and find some space. Start with your feet together and just make some swings. Back and forth, very easy. And then we're going to walk and swing the club. And you'll notice as I walk, I'm naturally going to drop and pop from side to side. So if I walk forward with my right leg and then swing, there's a drop and a pop. Now, as I'm swinging the club back, I'm going to drop into my lead side. So it's trail leg first. As I swing the club forward, drop and pop, 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 drop and pop. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm training myself to time my flexions and extensions. Flexions to load, extensions to unload, and that pop enables us to sequence and transfer that momentum through to swing the club. Notice what happens now when I still keep the stance fairly narrow, but I'm going to start to add a little bit more sway. So I'm going to start to move into this step, okay, and start to apply a bit more pressure. So there's a bit more of a lateral aspect to it. Still not going too wide, otherwise I don't have time to push. So we get the club in motion, drop, pop, swing, drop, pop, swing, drop, pop, swing, drop, pop, swing. And as you are taking that step into your lead side, look at this. You're moving into that loading form, and then you can extend and release the club. You can extend, fire the sequence, torso, shoulders, arms, and now the swing radius starts to widen. So the swing radius narrows and then widens, and as it's widening through the ball, through the low point, you're getting all that extension, you are de-lofting the golf club, hitting it with lag. So when you are walking, it's not just a straight walk. We've got to use the drop and pop. This is how we rotate our pelvis. Not just by trying to twist the hips. Here I'm twisting my hips, but not necessarily getting a lot of resultant pelvis rotation. We've got to displace the hips. We've got to push one hip back, the other hip forward. And it's a pushing action. It's a pushing off action from the ground. And you're getting it naturally when you walk. Drop, pop. Drop, pop. And then, when Mike went onto the mat, you could really feel the drop and pop, drop and pop. Drop and pop, trail hip, drop and pop, lead hip. So guys, try this exercise, and we really are walking to drop and pop. We're walking to rotate the body. We're walking to sequence, to transfer that momentum through to the club. It's at the heart of it all. So practice this walking exercise. You start to get that free-flowing sequence and that natural snap release of the golf club without even thinking. And that's what we're all searching for. That's what Mike couldn't feel today. At the end of the session, he said, I can really feel the club. He wasn't using the golf club. It was all under so much tension before. But now he can feel the club. And now, by his own admission, he said he could really feel letting go and the speed and the power with less effort. Give it a go, guys, and let me know how you get on.